When people talk about firearms in America, they're often referring not just to products, but to platforms that shape history, sports shooting, hunting traditions, military development, law enforcement equipment, engineering trends, and popular culture. Some designs became famous because of reliability, some because of media exposure, and others because they were widely owned for legal sporting or collecting purposes. Today, we're counting down 10 most recognized firearm platforms in America, ranked by cultural visibility, historical influence, public familiarity, and long-term impact. This is a neutral educational breakdown focused on history and recognition, not endorsement. Stay until number 1, because that platform remains one of the most recognizable names in American firearm history. Number 10, Winchester Lever-Action Rifle. The Winchester lever-action rifle takes the number 10 position because few firearm platforms are more strongly connected to early American frontier imagery and historical storytelling. Even people with little knowledge of firearms often recognize the silhouette of a lever-action rifle because it appears in Western films, museum exhibits, documentaries, and American folklore. Winchester lever guns became widely known during the late 19th and early 20th centuries, especially in connection with expansion-era narratives, ranch life, and hunting traditions. Their mechanical design allowed relatively quick follow-up shots of the era through the use of a lever-operated repeating action, which made them technically significant as well as culturally symbolic. Over time, the platform became associated with self-reliance, rural life, and mythologized Old West, even though real history was far more complex than popular media often suggests. Another reason this rifle remains highly recognized is its long presence in entertainment. Countless Western television shows, films, books, and games use lever-action rifles as visual shorthand for a certain period of American history. That repeated exposure kept the design familiar across generations. In the collector world, many historical Winchester models remain admired for craftsmanship, wood and steel aesthetics, and historical value. Modern lever-action rifles from various manufacturers also continue to appear in hunting and sport contexts, helping preserve public awareness of the platform. While newer rifle systems dominate many modern categories, few can match the symbolic recognition of the Winchester lever-action. It represents a blend of engineering progress, nostalgia, frontier mythology, and American cultural storytelling. Because of that deep historical footprint and continued visual recognition, the Winchester lever-action rifle confidently earns the number 10 spot on this countdown. Number 9, Remington 870. The Remington 870 takes the number 9 spot because it's become one of the most recognized pump-action shotgun platforms in American history through decades of use in sporting, hunting, law enforcement, and home defense conversations. Introduced in the mid-20th century, the 870 gained widespread attention because of its reputation for reliability, practical design, and broad availability across many configurations. Even people who are not firearm enthusiasts often recognize the name because it has appeared in movies, television, outdoor media, and countless discussions around hunting culture in the United States. One of the biggest reasons the platform became so visible is versatility. The Remington 870 was produced in field versions for bird hunting, deer configurations in some markets, tactical styles, and defensive models, allowing it to appear in many different contexts rather than being limited to a single niche. That broad presence helped make it a household name. Another factor is generational familiarity. Many families in legal markets pass down stories, training experiences, or hunting traditions involving an 870, which increased long-term recognition. It also became a common reference point when people discuss pump shotguns generally, much like certain brands become shorthand in other industries. In media, the sound and motion of a pump-action shotgun often became a dramatic cinematic device, further reinforcing public familiarity with the category and indirectly with the 870 platform. Collectors and longtime owners also appreciate older models for craftsmanship and historical relevance. While newer shotgun designs compete strongly in modern markets, the Remington 870 remains one of the most culturally recognizable long gun platforms in America. Its connection to sports shooting, rural traditions, media presence, and multi-generational ownership helped secure a lasting place in public awareness. Because of that broad influence and name recognition, the Remington 870 firmly earns a number 9 position on this list of the most recognized firearm platforms in America. Number 8, Glock 19. The Glock 19 takes the number 8 position because it has become one of the most widely recognized modern handgun platforms in America through a combination of law enforcement visibility, civilian popularity in legal markets, and constant presence in film, television, and internet discussions. Introduced as a compact version within the Glock family, the Glock 19 gained attention for balancing size, capacity, and practicality, which helped make it a common reference point whenever people discuss modern polymer-frame pistols. Even individuals with limited firearm knowledge often recognize the Glock name because it became deeply embedded in popular culture over several decades. Another reason for its visibility is institutional use. Many police departments, security professionals, trainers, and shooting ranges reference Glock pistols frequently, which increase public familiarity with the brand, and especially the Glock 19 model. In entertainment media, the platform often appeared as a generic stand-in for the modern service pistol, giving it even broader recognition. The Glock 19 also became famous online through reviews, customization culture, and debates about reliability, ergonomics, and accessories. Because of strong aftermarket support, it was frequently discussed as a platform rather than just a product, keeping its name highly visible across communities. While many competing handguns exist, few achieve the same combination of mainstream name recognition, professional association, and internet-era popularity. The Glock 19 represents a shift toward modern lightweight handgun design and remains one of the most recognized pistol names in America, which is why it earns a number 8 spot on this countdown. Number 7. Colt 1911. The Colt 1911 earns the number 7 spot because it is one of the most historically important and visually recognizable handgun designs ever associated with America. Adopted in the early 20th century, the 1911 platform became linked with military service, later law enforcement use in some contexts, competitive shooting, collecting culture, and generations of firearm enthusiasts. Even people unfamiliar with technical firearm details often recognize its classic steel frame shape, slim profile, and iconic lines. A major reason the 1911 remains so famous is longevity. Few mechanical designs remain relevant for over a century, while continuing to be produced by many manufacturers. Another reason is symbolism. The platform became associated with American military history through major 20th century conflicts, which gave it a powerful legacy beyond the commercial market. In civilian life, it also became respected for craftsmanship, trigger feel, and collectible appeal, leading to premium custom models and enthusiast communities. The 1911 frequently appears in films, historical documentaries, games, and books, reinforcing recognition across generations. While newer handgun platforms dominate many modern practical categories, the 1911 still commands attention because it bridges history, design heritage, and collector admiration. Its combination of military legacy, mechanical influence, and cultural familiarity makes it one of the most recognized pistols in the country. For those reasons, the Colt 1911 confidently claims the number 7 position on this list. Number 6. Ruger 10 of 22. The Ruger 10 of 22 takes the number 6 position because it has become one of the most recognizable rimfire rifle platforms in America through decades of use in recreational shooting, training, small game hunting where legal, and family introductions to marksmanship. Known for approachable recoil, widespread availability, and massive customization culture, the 1022 became a household name in many communities. One reason it is so well known is accessibility. Many first-time shooters encountered a .22 rifle through a Ruger 10/22, making it a foundational platform for generations. Another reason is longevity. It has remained in production for decades while supporting countless aftermarket stocks, barrels, triggers, and optics options, keeping it relevant year after year. In shooting sports and range culture, the 10/22 is often discussed as a benchmark rimfire platform. It also appears regularly in online builds, competitions, and hobbyist projects, increasing modern visibility. While it may not carry the dramatic image of military-style rifles or handguns in media, its real-world popularity and multi-generational presence make it one of the most recognized rifles in America. Because of its role in training, recreation, and customization culture, the Ruger 10/22 strongly earns the number 6 spot. Number 5. Smith & Wesson Model 29. The Smith & Wesson Model 29 earns a number 5 spot. because it became one of the most famous revolver platforms in American popular culture. While revolvers in general were already well known, the Model 29 reached iconic status through entertainment media, especially films that made the large-frame revolver instantly recognizable to mainstream audiences. Even people with little interest in firearms often know the silhouette and name because of decades of references in movies, television, posters, and cultural nostalgia. Another reason for its recognition is timing. It rose during an era when cinema strongly influenced product awareness, and its dramatic portrayal created lasting public memory. Beyond entertainment, the Model 29 also gained attention among collectors and enthusiasts for craftsmanship, finished quality, and historical significance within the revolver category. It represented an era when revolvers still held a strong place in American law enforcement, sporting, and civilian ownership culture before semi-automatic pistols became dominant. While many newer handguns surpassed revolvers in mainstream use, fewer revolver models retained the same celebrity-level recognition. Because of its combination of screen fame, collector prestige, and instantly recognizable design, the Smith & Wesson Model 29 secures the number 5 position on this countdown. Number 4, AR-15 style rifle. The AR-15 style rifle takes the number 4 position because it has become one of the most discussed and visually recognized rifle platforms in modern America. Its recognition comes from widespread civilian ownership in legal markets, frequent political debate, constant media coverage, modular design culture, and strong presence in sporting and enthusiast communities. Many people recognize the general silhouette immediately, even if they do not know technical details. A major reason for its visibility is adaptability. The platform supports numerous configurations, calibers, accessories, and sporting uses, making it one of the most customizable rifle systems in the country. Another reason is public conversation. Few firearm platforms receive as much attention in news, policy discussions, training content, and online forums. That constant exposure dramatically increased name recognition beyond enthusiast circles. In recreational contexts, the platform also became common in target shooting in competitive environments where legal. While the topic around it can be polarizing, there is no denying its place in American public awareness. Because of its modern relevance, widespread familiarity, and cultural prominence, the AR-15 style rifle earns the number 4 spot. Number 3, Remington 700. The Remington 700 earns the number 3 spot because it became one of the most recognized bolt-action rifle platforms in America through hunting traditions, precision shooting, military and law enforcement variants, and decades of commercial success. Introduced in the 20th century, it gained a reputation for strong accuracy potential and broad caliber offerings, helping it appear in many different contexts. One reason it became so well known is hunting culture. For many families in rural communities, bolt-action rifles like the Remington 700 were standard tools tied to seasonal traditions and outdoor life. Another reason is precision influence. The platform served as a basis for many custom builds and training discussions, increasing recognition among sport shooters. It also appeared in films, television, and military references, expanding awareness beyond civilian markets. Even people who do not own firearms may have heard the name through cultural repetition over decades. Because it bridges sporting heritage, technical reputation, and mainstream familiarity, the Remington 700 powerfully claims the number 3 position. Number 2, AK-47/AK platform. The AK-47/AK platform takes the number 2 spot because it is one of the most globally recognizable firearm designs ever created, and that worldwide recognition strongly carries into America through media, history, geopolitics, documentaries, gaming, and collector interest. Even people with minimal firearm knowledge often recognize the curved magazine and distinctive silhouette instantly. In the United States, the platform became known through international news coverage, military history discussions, movies, games, and legal semi-automatic civilian variants sold in some markets. Another reason for its recognition is symbolism. The AK platform often represents ruggedness, simplicity, and 20th century geopolitical history in public imagination. It appears constantly in entertainment media and educational contexts alike. While not uniquely American in origin, its visibility inside American culture is enormous. Few designs have such immediate silhouette recognition across the general public because of that unmatched international fame and deep presence in U.S. media consciousness. The AK platform secures the number 2 spot. Number 1, Winchester/Colt Old West platforms. The Winchester and Colt Old West platforms collectively earn the number 1 spot because no firearm imagery is more deeply woven into American mythology, cinema, and historical storytelling than the lever-action rifle and single-action revolver associated with the frontier era. Even people who have never handled a firearm often recognize these classic shapes instantly from Western films, television series, museums, books, and national folklore. For generations, the revolver on a cowboy belt and the lever rifle on horseback became visual shorthand for America's frontier narrative, whether romanticized or historically debated. Another reason these platforms rank first is longevity of image. For over a century, they dominated entertainment portrayals of American history and remain instantly identifiable today. They also continue to attract collectors, reenactors, historians, and enthusiasts interested in craftsmanship and heritage. While modern firearms may be more common in present-day ownership, few surpass the cultural recognition of these classic designs. Because they symbolize an entire chapter of American identity in the public imagination, Winchester and Colt Old West platforms proudly take the number 1 position as the most recognized firearm icons in America. So there you have it, 10 most recognized firearm platforms in America, ranked by historical impact, media visibility, public familiarity, and cultural influence. From frontier icons to modern designs, these platforms became famous for very different reasons.